So it's the morning after the Goruck. Got my Goruck patch. It was very tough. And let's see how we did on the packing. I used most of the stuff. Let's see, on the outside pocket, I had some toilet paper, extra pair of gloves, an extra pair of warm gloves, and some tie wraps, cable ties. Didn't use any of those. I would take the cable ties again. I wouldn't take any extra gloves. On the inside pocket, I had an extra vest. Never used it, although I wanted it a couple of times. I wore this windbreaker almost the entire time. I had the hat, which was on the whole time, and I had a bag of Vaseline. Looks really gross right now. Many people use this. I would definitely take that again. Extra pair of socks, didn't use them. Alright, so on the left is the stuff that I took and would probably take again. On the right is the stuff that I did not use. So right here I had an extra pair of gloves, 2 extra pairs of socks, 2 packs of, I started out with 5 packs of M&Ms. We ate 3 of them, left 2. I had 3 Cliff Shot blocks, and these, I would definitely take some of those because other people had them and gave them to me during the race, and it was really, really good. I also had a Lara bar, and we had these 2 Perpetuum solids that had caffeine in them. These things were awesome. Helped us to keep from cramping and also gave us a little caffeine. I took and ate 2 Kind bars. They were good. I had my headlamp, $40, my license, some toilet paper, which no one had to use, but it was a really good thing. I think definitely would pack that. It didn't take any room. Certainly doesn't weigh anything. I had a warm pair of gloves here and cable ties in case our flag setup broke. I took an extra fleece vest, and I wore this jacket almost the entire race. So I really didn't have any stuff that took any weight. The only thing that I really did not touch at all was this vest. Oh, I also had a pack of very gross-looking Vaseline in a plastic bag, and many people got into this during the race to keep from chafing. That was, maybe I took more than I needed, but that was really a good thing. So all in all, I packed pretty well. Didn't take a lot of unnecessary stuff, and also I have a note from my daughter. Highly recommended to take something like that. The inside of my pack looked like this, and I can see now why you want to pay such particular attention to your bricks. I have 6 bricks wrapped in bubble wrap, very tightly wrapped, and then covered in bubble wrap, name and address on the outside like they ask you to, and then I have these things strapped in to the system inside of the pack, and then I just took a roll of bubble wrap to try to fill all the space so that thing's not moving around at all, which was a really good thing. I think I packed really well. I had my hydration bladder on the side, didn't refill it. Of course, in our race, or our event, it was between 29 and 34 degrees, and didn't really need to drink as much water as you would in a hot race. But that's it. So feel like for the first one I packed pretty well and didn't take a lot of unnecessary stuff. So again, that's everything that we took, and feel like I probably would have taken all that again. Goruck, great deal. One other thing to think about is on the outside of your pack did have a number of carabiners, and we used those. So all in all, there weren't many times or situations when people weren't carrying something or doing a real quick trade out. If I had it to do all over again, I would have trained with a much heavier pack, even 80, 90, 100 pounds for ruck marches on a Saturday, try to get out there for 2 to 3 hours on a Saturday, just carrying a 90-pound pack just to get comfortable with that pack and the weight, and just being under that weight for an extended period of time. Other than that, I think we did pretty well. We were in the water at 2 a.m., so we did the rest of the event wet. I wore tights, shorts, an Under Armour cold gear top, a very light windbreaker, and a t-shirt over the top of that. I had this hat on the whole time, and basically if I slowed down and stopped, I was cold, but if we were moving, was just fine. So I don't know, hopefully you can take something from that, learn from it. Highly suggest the Goruck for you and your group.